Hello, everyone. My name is Jason, and I'm your host for tonight's event. Today, we have with us Heim Alexander. Heim is the founder of Thrive to Infinity. Since the mid-90s, Heim Alexander has been working with clients with different lifestyle goals. After upgrading his skills and knowledge in the fields of applied quantum science, applied sacred geometry, and other high-leverage systems, Heim has been assisting his clients to achieve quantum speed improvements and results with their life challenges and goals, even if they have failed several times in their past. Heim Alexander is a certified Yuen method master. Heim, welcome to the call.
Oh, thank you, Jason. I'm glad to be here.
It's great to have you with us. So you've worked with me before using the Yuen method. And could you briefly explain to us what the Yuen method is and how you got into it?
Okay, so basically, the Yuen method was created by Dr. Yuen. And basically what he said is that we are like similar to computers. There's like zeros and ones. So same with humans, we're either strong to something or weak to something. So in computers, it'll be 0 to 1. Basically, what's in the Yuen method, we just find out either if you're strong to something, and if you're strong to it, then there's no need to do any addressing. Let's say if someone has an issue, and for example, their issue is weight loss, and they're strong to losing weight, then we don't strengthen them to lose weight because they're strong to that. What we look for is what's their weakness to losing weight. So meaning what's causing them not to lose weight, and that could be something, let's say, for example, in finances. So they're weak in finances, so we strengthen them to finances, and as a result, they lose weight. So that's what the Yuen method is about, is that you just find out what somebody's strong to and what somebody is weak to, and eventually what you want to have is the least amount of weaknesses in your overall life. And then what happens once you have the least amount of weaknesses, then you're just improved. You know, everything you do is like magic, say.
Fantastic.
So that's the Yuen method. How I got into it, I started off with other systems in the past. I started off in fitness. From fitness, I went into holistic health and physiotherapy. And in holistic health, I started learning different energy modalities. And then eventually I got into a Yuen method. And one of the things why I continued with the Yuen method is that I was finding I was able to get consistent results with it, or people on a consistent basis getting improvements, where on other modalities, sometimes I would get, sometimes it was hit and miss. You know, with this modality, I'm pretty much getting, you know, the improvements are not only quick, but they're also consistent, as you're going to see on the call today. So that's how
right.
that's why I stuck with it.
So how does this apply to business?
Right. So, for example, let's say somebody is building a business, and the first thing they're stuck on, for example, is building a team. Right. So what we can look at is, okay, if they're looking to build a team, you know, they can learn all the different strategies, and they go and they get all the advice on what's the right way of building a team, the different tests that you can take to finding the right person to be in the team, especially if you're building a specific culture. But when it comes time to building a team, it doesn't happen. Everybody that they interview is the wrong person or started off. So what's going on here is energetically they're weak to something that's preventing them. So as soon as you strengthen whatever that is, and that could be in any area of one's life. So it doesn't necessarily have to be specifically in business, because it could be something, either it's something in their health, it could be in a relationship, it could be in their fitness, it could be in their financing, it can be in many different things. It could just be something as simple as their daily routines. Waking up in the morning makes them weak, so now they're weak throughout the day, and when they want to go and do their activities or whatever tasks they need to do to grow their business, they're already starting off from energetically weak, because waking up in the morning or getting out of bed is weakening them. So as soon as you just that person gets strengthened for getting out of bed, for example, or waking up in the morning, then the rest just flows, because it's not that they are weak to getting the right business and the right team together. It's just that they're energetically weak because they're just to wake up in the morning, weakens them. So that would be an example. So as soon as they get strengthened for that, then the rest they don't have to work on because they already have everything in plan. They already know how to grow the business. They already know how to pick the right team, etc.
Right. Interesting. So here's what I'm wondering. So, like, let's say, like you mentioned, a person who has problems waking up early. Let's say such a person decides, I need to be motivated. I need passion. I want to grow my business. What is your response to this? Because it seems what you're saying is it's not so much about passion and motivation. It's more about strengthening those weakened areas.
So first I want to address is that if someone's having a problem waking up in the morning, does not necessarily mean that they have a weakness to waking up in the morning.
Got it.
People wake up in the morning and they're all energized, but energetically they're still weak to waking up in the morning. So it's not always the same, meaning if you're having a problem wake up in the morning, does not necessarily equate to that they're weak to that. Now, the passion and the motivation part of it is we're living in a world today that everything is speeding up really fast. So if we go back 1,000 years, whatever motivated us 1,000 years ago, it's because things were a lot slower. So you can use motivation for that. So I motivate myself because of X, Y, and Z, and then you can use that. But today, everything is changing so fast. Like, I remember when I was young, my motivation could have been, I wanted to get a certain Discman. So many people don't know what the Discman is. Buy one Discman, and it's going to last you forever. Today, you wake up in the morning and you say, I'm motivated because I want to buy iPhone 6. But in 3 months or in 9 months from now, you'll have iPhone 10. Things are changing so fast. So your first motivation, once that is gone, then what's next? And the other part with motivation and passion is that there are external things that you're putting on yourself. What if you can just get up and do whatever you want to do, just like you're breathing, just like your heart beats? So if your heart is beating, your heart doesn't need motivation to beat. You're breathing. You don't need to motivate yourself to breathe. So unless some people are really, really ill and you tell them, come on, try to breathe. But otherwise this stuff happens automatically. So when you remove those weaknesses around whatever thing they want to do, then it just becomes automatically like they're breathing. And the other thing with motivation, which is and passion, is that there's going to be the polar opposite all the time, because we are living in a dual reality, right? We always have to have positive and negative, so we always have that polar thing going on. So with the Yuen method model, we want to get to a neutral state, because if you are on one side, you'll still have the opposite side affecting you. So if you don't have anything pulling you back or pushing you forward, then you can go any direction, and it won't affect you because it's not there anymore. So that's why passion and motivation, they're good, but they don't last long for many different reasons that I just mentioned and some others. But if things just happen automatically, then you don't need that.
So Yuen method is an effective method. I mean, would you say it's an effective method to bring us back into that neutral state?
Yes. Well, that's the whole goal in the Yuen method model is to bring you to the neutral state, because in the neutral state, you have the freedom to move any which direction you want to go.
Interesting. So I'm just really curious. So here's the thing: a lot of business people, like, they want to move forward. They know what their idea is, but there's a lot of this feeling of being unworthy. So how do you address that? What's the Yuen method approach to this?
Well, the Yuen method approach is very simple. Is that we just find out what weaknesses that are causing them to feel that way, and we strengthen them to that. And that's a very simple way of explaining it. But some people who don't know what the Yuen method is or how to do that, can explain it in another way. Is that if they feel that they're not good enough, it's just programming that they have. And once they remove that programming, then it's gone. So programming can come from many different areas. That's not important. But once that program is no longer there, then that is no longer an issue.
So how quickly can these programs be removed using the Yuen method?
Second.
All right, so let's get some callers on and let's do some strengthenings, shall we?
Now, what we're going to be doing in this call is we're going to strengthen you, clear any obstacles to your wants, needs, or desires. And the strengthenings is today, the theme is any challenges they have around their wealth and prosperity, be from business or personal wealth, anything like that. So this way you can achieve them really quick. Now, some of you on the call have experienced some of the work that we have done with the Yuen method, and some of you on the call have not. So instead of explaining what it is, how does it work and everything like that, a better way is, and a quicker way is just to experience it. So for the beginning of the call, I want everybody to pick one want, need, or desire that they want to achieve. And pick one of those right now and see how that feels. Some people, they can experience some kind of feeling. To other people, it could be more specifically some kind of thought that comes up to their mind. It's like, oh, it's impossible. I can't do it. It's too hard, or I'm not good enough. Whatever that is, I want you to, pay attention to how you feel right now, how you're thinking about the thing you want to achieve. And then at the end of the call, go back again and see how you feel. We're going to be assisting people one-on-one. And as we're assisting people one-on-one, what we're going to be doing is we're going to simultaneously strengthen the entire group. So this way, if you didn't get a chance to work with us one-on-one, then you'll still get the benefits of the call. And for those who are listening to a recording, the same thing. At the beginning of the recording, have an intention of what want, need, desire you would like to achieve. And then at the end of the call, at the end of the recording, go back and check and see how you're feeling. So,
all right, awesome. Okay, so if you'd like to speak with Heim, press *6 to put yourself in the queue. It looks like our first caller is calling in from Skype. Brittney, you are live on the call with Heim.
Do we have Brittney now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Brittney. Is this the first time you're experiencing quantum energy activation?
No, I've done your done your online distance thing some months ago, 2 months ago.
Can you share your experience with the distance activation?
I would say the most recent one around money. I noticed a shift in money last week.
Good. Okay, yeah. So what would you like to have assistance with?
I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it into words because it feels like it's a couple of layers and I'm trying to not complicate it.
Okay.
So it's kind of the bigger picture is moving forward with my life, following my passion, trusting that I can make money doing it and be supported doing it.
Okay. Go ahead.
The thing that feels there's a really big emotional thing that happened in my life a few months ago, and I can feel how that's impacting my ability to move forward. So that's got more charge.
Okay, so my question to you would be is like, what would you like your life to look like? Do you have that picture?
I want to be happy.
Okay, what does that mean? Do you want to be happy? How does that look like?
Have a sense of financial security and peace within myself, and feel good about myself. And
okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to think about your future the way you would like it to be. How does it feel to you right now when you think about it?
Scary. So it's terrifying.
Terrifying. Okay. So what I'm getting is that there is the first thing that I got when you were explaining what's going on is confusion. So there is a lot of confusion going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to confusion, and that's actually coming from your spirit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to your spirit, and delete any accumulative effects on your mind from your spirit that's affecting you with this confusion. The other confusion is also coming from your collective influence, more specifically in your family. So I'm going to strengthen you to that confusion. and strengthen your family to that, and also make you strong from separating from it and then coming in together. So when that confusion, when you come in together to that confusion, it actually affects you negatively. So we'll strengthen you to that. So by having confusion, it's hard for you to have clarity. So now when I think about confusion, it's a lot stronger. Now think about your future. Again, does it feel the same or different?
The part that feels most prominent is the fact that I feel like I can't move forward from this trauma that happened. That's in my way right now.
So when I think about your trauma, I think about your future. It's not a connection; they're separate. So I want you to not think. I want you just to feel. Think for a second. Think about your future, and then stop thinking, and then feel if it's the same or different. It could be the same. It could be the different. Just let me know what it is.
I think it's kind of the same.
Kind of the same.
Like it's like a helpless, or not helpless, hopeless.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you for numbing, and this is more of a mental numbing coming from your subconscious. You have a weakness of feeling good, so let's strengthen you to feeling good. And that's coming from more specifically from your desire to having money. So you associate feeling good. When you have money and feeling good, that's a weakness to you. But when you have money and you don't feel good, when you have money and you feel good, you're strong. But when you don't have money and feeling good, you're weak too. So you are basically what's happening is there's an association. I only feel good when I have money, and if I don't feel I don't feel good when I don't have money. So let's make you even to both directions. Now, so I'm going to strengthen your internal meninge. Okay, so now when you think about your future, how does it feel? The same or different?
I'm honestly having a really hard time thinking about it and not feeling the emotion of this other stuff.
Okay,
trying to separate that out.
So, separation. So there's a weakness in separation. Will make you strong to that. And that's more coming from limitations in your future. So let's make you strong to any limitations in your future. And also what we'll do is we'll make you strong to your emotions. And what we'll do is we'll separate your sensations, your emotions, and your reactions. We'll make them separate from each other. So that one doesn't trigger the other one. Okay, so now when you think about your future, how do you feel? Is it the same or different?
I think it's the same. It's hard to even imagine the future. It's been hard for me my whole life to imagine the future.
So I'm getting being too hard on yourself, so we'll strengthen that. Criticism, self-criticism, so we'll strengthen you for that. That's actually coming from your ancestors, so let's strengthen your ancestors for that and delete any accumulated effects from your structure all the way down to your quantum particles. So more specifically is your quantum particles, so we'll strengthen them. Okay, so now when you think about your future, how do you feel? The same or different?
A little different.
So there's more improvement. So what I'm suggesting is stay on the call, and towards the end of the call, you'll experience more of a shift.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Brittney. Okay, so we'll go to our next caller.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
My name is Hazel, and I'm a retired school teacher. And
Hi, Hazel.
when I was planning my retirement, I did not anticipate how my future became. So what I thought was going to be plenty is there'll be a little bit pinched around the sides. What can you do for me?
Okay, Hazel. All right, so can you sense how you feel right now about it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So the first thing that came up for me was uncertainty.
Yes.
So in general, uncertainty in life and your past, it was always an issue for you. You're weak to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to that. And then I'm also going to strengthen you to it not connecting to your future, because that uncertainty that you have from the past, and I'm talking about the energetic weakness to that, is connecting to your future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that and make it strong so it doesn't connect back and forth. So now when you think about uncertainty, how do you feel? Same or different?
Actually, there's less there.
So I want you to go back into the past and think about something at a time and place that you felt uncertain and it bothered you.
Okay.
How does that feel?
Actually, I feel neutral to it.
There you go.
I think you're doing good corrections here.
Is there anything else? Since it was too quick.
Yeah, let's keep going. Hazel, would you like any more support with anything else?
No, I think that's probably it.
Thank you.
That's pretty fast. Sounds like, what, 1 minute?
Fast.
So let's say, someone wants to have more money come into their life, whether it's through their job or their business, and they're kind of at like a standstill. Is like, how would you help individuals to, get through that?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tune into the listeners of this call and see increasing money, decreasing money. So for them, it's not the increasing the money, it's not the weakness, it's the decreasing. So, and that's the polar opposite is what's affecting them negatively. So for some, maybe it may feel like it's like they have this fear of that the more money they make, the more money, they're going to lose more. So if I make $1 million, I will lose $1 million, and how is that going to affect me? So what I'm going to do is strengthen everybody for the opposite of decreasing money. The other one is being connected to the collective influence is of people making a lot of money. Because people on this call, specifically, about 30% of them are strong to making money, but the other 70% are weak to making money because they have a weakness to people who are making money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen them to those people and then make them even to each other back and forth. And that's going to be a circle. And I'm going to strengthen the internal dynamics of that circle. So that's strong. So then the communication between them will flow easily and strong. Okay, so now how do you feel about that?
How do I feel?
Brought up a question.
Right. Yeah, I'm just thinking of, I see. I feel pretty okay with that.
So that will be a way of how I would address it.
I see. Okay.
So we address it specifically for the listeners of the call.
Right. So what about something like, let's say some individuals are afraid of rejection. Like they want to do business and they know they need to, make a few phone calls or at least do some kind of marketing one way or another. And they keep running around circles by procrastinating or going after, the latest, greatest, money-making things, Like, clearly those are symptoms of a problem. So, what would you do for that?
So, first of all, I would separate each thing separately. So, you mentioned procrastination. You mentioned fear of rejection. What was the other one, the third one?
Kind of like running around circles,
Three separate different definitions. So what we do is we would address each thing separately. And then, so as let's say if it's procrastination, for this group, procrastination is more of a slowness issue. So the reason they're procrastinating because they're slow. Basically, the universe is speeding up, and then the person compared to the universe right now is actually moving slow, so it looks like they're procrastinating. So basically, for this group right now listening to the call, it's more specifically a slowness. So what I would do is I make them strong to speeding up and strengthen their quantum particles, so it'll be fast, and make it strong to the speed of the planet. So there's a weakness of them being as connecting with the speed of the planet and being as fast as the speed of the planet. And that's actually coming from their ancestors, so we're going to strengthen them to their ancestors. Because when their ancestors, they were fast, and that speed that their ancestors had, is now considered slow. So they're comparing themselves, oh, my ancestors were this fast, so I'm okay. But actually, for then it was okay, but now it's considered slow. So what I would do is I would strengthen people for speed. So now when you think about procrastination, how does that feel? We're using you as a surrogate.
Well, procrastination really it's not that much of an issue for me, but I certainly do feel better. By the way, I gotta admit, what you just said, it can sound so crazy. I'm sure we have listeners listening to this thinking, what the heck is this guy talking about? You know? But I mean, what
Well,
matters for me is the fact that, it works.
well, it's actually not that crazy because if you look at ancient systems, for example, like Qigong is an ancient
Right.
system. Everybody knows about this system. It's ancient. It's been around for thousands of years. But if you actually study the history of Qigong, you'll see that generation after generation, maybe sometimes it took 1,000 years, sometimes it took a few hundred years, they improved upon it. And they improved it even more, and they improved it even more. And now if you look at the past 100, 150 years, you'll see that there are some Qigong systems and teachers that have improved the system a lot faster than some of the old systems. So whatever it took maybe 20, 30, 40 years to achieve in one system, this, Qigong master developed it and improved the Qigong system. Basically, meaning he didn't change anything of the Qigong. It's still the same foundation of the Qigong, but there are new ways of doing the practices where instead of waiting 10 or 20 or 30 years, you're only practicing for 6 months and you achieve the same result.
Right. Interesting.
So like this, with this system, with the Yuen method, remember that Dr. Yuen was also a Kung Fu grandmaster in Qigong and all that stuff, so he studied those things. So he used some of that stuff in his system. So it's just that it depends on where the norm is. I mean, today it's norm to have a computer in your pocket, right? Called a smartphone.
Right.
40 years ago, it was like, that doesn't make any sense. How are you going to take a building full of processing equipment and memory and put it in your pocket?
Right. Exactly.
So that's why it depends on how you look at it.
Right. I see.
What becomes the norm.
Now, do we have any callers that are interested in working with Heim?
Yes, hi. My name is Katherine, and I lost my job as a chiropractor a while ago, and been actually kind of getting by on temp work from the agency. I finally got 4 days a week temp job, but it pays less than half of what I used to make. So I decided to start my own, and I can work out of the office very close to me, but the thing is, I'm not getting the clients. I don't understand. And I can build it up from start working Friday to Saturday to begin with, and but just nobody is coming. And the clients that I have previously, occasionally come to my house to get adjustments, and they just don't go to office. So I don't know what the weakness is. I need to attract enough clients so I can leave this temporary position so that I really don't like it. And it doesn't pay me.
Okay, so you're saying that the office you're working in right now, you don't get enough clients there?
Well, where I'm working is just a temp job to get me enough money to pay for my bills. But I want to develop my own practice, and I have a place to work out of. And he's not even charging me for rent to begin with. I can bring my own clients there. We'll just split it 50-50 because of the office expenses. But I don't see anybody coming in, and I'm advertising.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, so what I'm getting the first weakness is that the energy of the other office that you're working in, not the one that you're working privately, but the one that you're working to pay your bills, that energy is actually weakening you, and is causing a weakness for you to get increased clients. So what I'm
right, that's making sense because it's not a good energy there. It's acting office, and it's just not a healing energy. They're not into wellness.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to that office. And so now you have a weakness to leaving that office. So I'll make you strong to leaving that office and also make you neutral to working inside the office. And then you have a lot of karmic energy with the patients in that office. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear you from all that karmic energy that you have there and strengthen you to that. So getting new clients. So getting new clients is the weakness. and that's actually coming from the way you're marketing. So something about the way you're marketing is sending out the wrong message. So I'm going to strengthen you to the message that you're sending out. That it's and then strengthen the marketing itself. Okay, so getting new clients. Good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to having a partner, and this is more specifically a weakness to having a life partner with a business partner. So the life partner is weak, and that's what's affecting the business. So what we're going to strengthen you for that. Okay, so now when you think about growing your business, how does it feel? The same or different?
I don't know. I'm getting a feeling in the solar plexus that's like very easy.
Very easy. Okay, so the feelings in the solar plexus actually coming from the top of your head. So I'm going to strengthen the top of your head, your hips, right hip more, and your left hand. Okay, so now when you think about it, the future, how do you feel now? Is it the same or different?
A little lighter, but still there. It's like very uncertainty. It's like I don't know what's going to happen. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to leave what I have in my hand to get another. It's like keep the bird in your hand instead of trying to catch one in the bush. That's the feeling.
Right. Okay, so basically there's a weakness to leaving the nest. So we'll make you stronger to leaving the nest. Staying, not staying. So not staying is a weakness. So they'll make you strong to not staying. Increasing your clients while you're there, you're strong too. Increasing your clients while you're not there, you're strong too also. Being half and half, so the in between, like being 1 foot in and 1 foot out, that there's a weakness there. So what we'll do is we'll make you strong to that, all three of them. So either being there in the office, not being in the office, or being half and half will make you neutral to all of that and strong. Okay, so now when you think about it, how do you feel? Is it the same or different?
It feels better. It feels neutral. But when I think about the new office, it's like still uncertainty. Will I be able to get the clients I need? Because I need to make a certain amount of money to be able to leave this job to go into my own. And I would like to have that.
So when you think about the new office, you don't feel that office is the right. You can make money in that office. But when you think about the future in general, you're getting more clients. How does that feel?
That feels okay. So there's still something like fear. I feel fear. I still feel fear.
Weakness is showing up as limitation. So you have the limitation, and the limitation, let's make it more specific in which area, so we'll make it even more powerful. The limitation is more specifically in fitness, so let's strengthen you to fitness. So being flexible. So we'll strengthen you to being flexible and having the strength. So having the strength to stand on your own 2 feet. So we'll strengthen you for that. Okay, so how do you feel now?
I'm not sure. I'm uncertain. I still have that feeling in my solar plexus. Like I can't even name what.
So you have a feeling in your solar plexus. So let's see what that is.
I don't know what it is. It's like I'm afraid. I'm afraid to leave this place, and I'm. The feeling is that I'm afraid I'm not going to get enough clients. Still there.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen your mind and separate it from the body. And also we're going to send your mind, because what's happening is your mind is having too much chatter, so we're going to send it off to other dimensions, universes. So now the feeling in your mind, also what we're going to do is strengthen you to choices. So when a problem arises, you can be strong to choices, and make you strong to those choices won't trigger anything. Okay, so now when you think about your future, how do you feel?
It feels neutral. It feels neutral.
With neutrality, you can go either way.
Yeah, well, I would like to get success. So that's why.
Well, when you're neutral, it's the most powerful place to be, because when let's say, for example, if someone is driven, then it triggers the polar opposite. When you're neutral And then Yuen said the place that we look to be is a neutral position. Because in neutrality, you can go either direction. You go left, right, it doesn't matter. You just go where you need to go without creating that polar opposite.
Okay, I see.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.
I see someone. 239 area code. There we go.
I feel like I've hit a dead end financially and caused the anxiety throughout my entire life.
Okay, so you feel like you have a dead end in your finances right now?
Yes.
Okay, and can you sense how you're feeling about it right now?
Very anxious.
Very anxious. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one is the weakness that I'm getting is a fear of dying. So I'm going to strengthen you that, but it's actually not your specific dying, but relatives dying. So I'm going to strengthen you to that and any connection to that. So, okay, so when you think about it now, is it the same or different?
It's sorry. You hit it right.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen your excess portal so the energy can go down and out. And also any reactions that you're having from different sensations in your body that are causing reactions. So I'm going to strengthen you to that and then make it strong for them to separate. Okay, how about now? How do you feel now? Is it the same?
Feeling a little better, yeah.
A little better. So now think about the anxiety that you said you had about not being able to make money. How does that feel?
It feels a little better. A lot of anxiety, I think.
A lot of anxiety. Okay, so is there a specific goal that you have in mind that you would like to achieve?
I just really want to be stable on my own.
Stable on your own.
I'm not looking to be rich or anything.
Okay, so do you know what that number is?
Probably around $3,000 a month.
$3,000 a month. Okay, so for $3,000 a month you're strong too, but $5,000 a month is the weakness. So anytime you have things in five, actually weaken you. So if your job gives you 5 different assignments, that's going to weaken you. So let's make you strong for that. 5 bank accounts you're strong to now. 5 different streams of income is weak for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you for that. Okay, so now when you think about the income, how do you feel now?
I feel better.
Better? Okay, so the next thing I want to strengthen is your fitness level. So what happens is your fitness level in relationships is meaning how fit you are to handle relationships is weak. So what I'm going to strengthen you for that, and specifically endurance. So it's a long distance, relationship, ongoing relationship that weakens you. So let me strengthen you for that. So how about now? How does it feel now?
I feel pretty stable, steady.
Good. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that is amazing how quickly things can shift using this method. All right. So would anyone else like to jump in? Let's see. We have 954 area code. All right.
Yes, this is Katherine. I know I work with Heim and it was great, but I still feel the feeling is I'm financially insecure.
Financially insecure. Okay. So what's holding you back is, the weakness is that things holding you back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you for things holding you back. And this is actually coming from the ancestors that are holding you back. So I'm going to strengthen you to them back and forth so they don't need to hold you back anymore. Okay, now how do you feel now about it?
It feels much better.
Wow. Thank you so much.
That's funny.
That's amazing. All right. So let's see. 916 area code. You're live.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, you doing? Who is this?
This is Cena from California.
Hi, Cena. How you doing?
Good.
Okay, how can I assist?
I have one specific, but before that, in keeping with the theme of today's activations, I always feel that there's some hidden block getting in the way that no one's noticing. Is there something there in relation to my finances or the flow of money that's just blocking everything from just flowing?
Okay, so do you feel right now, do you sense how you feel about it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm getting is taking action. Every time you take an action, every time you take a step, that's weakening it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you for taking action, And now, as I strengthen you to take an action, taking steps is strong. If you take more than 5 steps, it weakens you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you taking 5 steps. Now, 5 steps forward or backward. So if you take 100 steps backwards, that weakens you. So I'm going to strengthen you to that. And taking 100 steps forward also weakens you. So I'm going to make you strong to that and make it even to each other. Okay, how do you feel about that now?
It's very good. Very good. Much better.
Much better?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's see. We have another caller from 203 area code. You are live.
Thank you. I am feeling like I am stuck in terms of my earning capacity. I have a job right now that I'm at my financial cap with my salary, and I would like to do something to live bigger. The thought occurred to me to write a book.
Okay.
But I've been working with Ellen Crack, so I've been trying to clear myself. But I'm feeling stuck about living my full potential. And
okay, so how do you feel? How do you get a sense of how you feel about it right now?
Right.
Okay. So what I'm getting is that you're weak to the entrepreneurs. So anytime you go into that collective, that's weakening you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to entrepreneurs and make them even to each other. The other thing is being at a level, a fitness level, there's a weakness there. So, I'm sure she taught you tensing, so I'm going to suggest you do some tensing later on. But I'm going to strengthen your fitness level for that, so you're going to be even with them. The next thing is relationships, but this is more a relationship with family that's affecting that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to that, too. Okay, so how do you feel about it now when you think about it?
A little bit better, actually. And actually, there is something going on right now. My mother is very, very ill, and that's been taking up a huge amount of my mental energy.
Okay. So I'm going to strengthen you to loss, make it even loss and gain to be even to each other. Okay, so now when you think about your finance challenge, how do you feel?
I feel more neutral.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I see another caller from area code 248. You're live with Heim.
Hello, my name is Sheree. And
hi, Sheree.
How are you?
Good.
Good. My frustration is also with money. I feel like it's kind of out of control. I tend to help everybody, but it's hard to help myself. So that's where my frustration lies.
Is there a specific plan on how to increase your finances? Do you have one?
I've been working on it, yes.
Okay. So
I'm looking for a new job. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so trying to make that balance too is hard.
Okay. So can you get a sense of how that feels to go out there and get a new job?
Scary.
Okay. So the first thing in your weakness is the spending.
Okay.
So you save money, that's okay, but as soon as you spend money, that weakens you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to spending money, also make you strong for others saving money for you. So I'm going to strengthen you for that. Let's see what else. So, okay, how do you feel now when you think about it?
I feel a little bit more at ease.
A little more at ease, okay. So let's strengthen something in your past, but it's around relationships that are affecting you. So it's more intimate relationships. So I'm going to strengthen you for that and delete anything that's coming into the future so it doesn't connect back and forth. How about now? How do you feel?
You hit the nail right on the head.
Okay.
So
how are you feeling about it now when you think about it?
A lot better.
Thank you so much. Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I see there's no one else in the queue right now. Oh, wait, we do have a caller who just jumped in. Looks like might be from Skype or some other source. V, you are live with Heim.
Hello. Okay, how can I assist you today?
It's about relaunching and in my life, relaunching your life.
Did you get her name? I didn't get her name.
Yeah, I couldn't get it either. It's the sound is a little distorted for some reason.
Okay. So how about this? Because we can't hear you well, all I want you to do is think about your one thing in your wealth prosperity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen it, and I'm going to ask you afterward, how you feel about it. Okay. Okay. So the first thing that I'm getting is there's a weakness in fitness. So I'm going to strengthen you to fitness, specifically in flexibility. So I'm going to make you strong for flexibility. The next thing is I'm going to strengthen is the systems in your body. I'm going to make that strong for you.
Okay.
And the next thing is I'm also going to strengthen the water in your body. So I'm also going to strengthen that. And then your midline and your central core. Okay, how do you feel now when you think about your, is it the same or different?
Better.
What's that? Better. Okay, so let's do a little more. Okay, things staying the same make you weak, so I'm going to strengthen you for things staying the same. How about now? Is it the same or different? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's very difficult to hear. All right, sorry about this, but it's really, really difficult to hear.
Well, we did get the first part that you said it's better, and I just wanted to get a little extra in there, but I can't hear what you're saying, so we can...
Yeah, I can't hear either. All right, so we'll take the next call. All right, so we have a caller. It looks like maybe on Skype. Is it Christian? You're live.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, okay. I'll try to be quick. I need my online business to finally, I finally need to start working with clients so I don't go back to university next year, and so that brings in enough money to...
Okay. Can you sense how you feel about it right now? Are you there?
Yeah. There's confidence, but then there's this part saying I can do it, and then there's this little bit saying I can't. I'll go back to university.
So basically, what's going on is you're not weak. You're strong to online business, but you have weakness to offline businesses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to any offline business for you to make you strong to that, because that's what's weakening you, and also the collective that have offline businesses. I'm also going to strengthen you to that. So now, when you think about the online business, how does that feel? More doable or the same?
It feels the same.
Same, okay. So the next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to increase your physical potential and more specifically your fitness level. So I'm going to strengthen you to that. And that's more about fitting into situations. So I'm going to make you strong to fitting into the situation. And it's more being more agile when you need to be. So I'm going to make you strong for that. So how about now? How do you feel when you think about doing the online business? Is it the same or different?
I feel a change in myself, but it's not like a strong, confident change.
Okay, so you feel a strength. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up your awareness, and then I'm going to make you strong to the speed of the planet, and also make you strong to getting fast results. And then, okay, how about now? How do you feel now about that?
Still the same.
Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to strengthen is your central nervous system. And I'm also going to strengthen your meninges and your internal meninges. And I'm going to strengthen your midline, the middle of your midline, make that strong. Okay, how about now?
Yeah, I feel quite optimistic.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, so we have another caller. Looks like a Skype caller. I don't know how to pronounce this. O-U-L-I. You're live with Yates. I'm sorry. You're live with Heim.
Julie Yates, it is, from UK. Hello.
My apologies.
How are you doing?
Hi. I've always had a problem with finances. There seems to be a block, and I've tried many different techniques, and it gets to a certain stage, and I stop myself, if that makes sense.
So how do you feel right now about it?
Really, really, actually, before I spoke to you, my jaw almost started chattering. I feel really, really nervous.
Okay. So is there a specific goal you have in mind for your finances?
Really, it's just to be financially not having to worry about how to pay for the next bill. But again, I don't want to be rich necessarily, that it's just to be not worrying about money, for it not to be a concern.
Okay. So you get a sense how you feel now about that?
Nervous, scared, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the first weaknesses that you have, weaknesses to other techniques that you have been doing. So the more you did them, they were weakening you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you, especially doing them for a long duration. So I'm going to strengthen you for that and delete any cumulative effects. And the next one is that you have a strong resonance with the collective that are poor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to that, and that's actually coming from your family. So I'm going to strengthen your family to that so they don't have to have that with them. And then I'm also going to strengthen you to that and any connection back and forth. So now when you think about your finances, how does that feel now? The same or different?
It is different, but there's still kind of like jitters. That makes sense.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to sensation, and I'm going to strengthen you to interpreting your sensation, make you strong to that, and also triggers. I'm going to strengthen you to other people's triggers that trigger you. I'm going to make you strong to that and make a separation between their triggers and your triggers. Okay, now how about now? How do you feel?
I do feel kind of stronger. My jaw is shaking, but yes, I do feel a kind of a change.
The bottom of your feet, make that strong, and top of your head and your hands. Okay, how about now?
Yeah, I do feel different. It's bizarre. I mean, on the one hand, I feel stronger, but there's a kind of a more of a shake coming on with my jaw. I don't know. It's really strange whether it's excitement or nerves. I can't tell.
So I'm going to strengthen you to relationships, and also I'm going to strengthen you to yelling, particularly in relationships, make you strong to that and lead any cumulative effects. And people yelling at you, make you strong to that and any dynamics in between that. Okay, how about now?
Each time I'm feeling a difference, definite difference. Yeah, again, still wobbly jaw, still shaky, still a bit shaky, but there is a definite strengthening there.
So what came up for me is like beggars begging for money and shaking their thing, what's in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen that for you and also delete any cumulative effects pictures that you see in the past that come up into your brain about that. I'm going to make you strong to that and then separate any choices that puts you into making, make you strong to any choices that you pick. Okay, how about now?
Yeah, again, definite strength, but I can't seem to release this. It's almost like a real tension right around my jaw. But
so it went from shaking to a tension now.
Yes, yeah, all the way around my jaw. It's like it's all sort of tightened up.
So what I'm going to strengthen you to holding on and holding back. So there's like 5 things in your life that you're holding on to, but that's being stuck. Like if you hold on to something, it's like stuck if you can't go anywhere. So I'm going to make you strong to those 5 things and then delete any cumulative effects of that. Okay, how about now?
It's released the tension around my jaw, but now I've got back to shaky jaw, but I must admit that.
Okay, so when you get one thing going, it triggers the opposite. So let's make you strong to even on both polarities. Make you strong to that. Okay, how about now?
This is going to sound strange, but I've got a kind of a real quiver going down my collar, down from my jaw to my collarbone. A really strange sensation. I don't know if that's part of the.
Okay, so I'm going to strengthen the exit portals in your body, and I'm also going to strengthen the black holes in your body to connect strongly with the black holes of the universe so they can take out any extra energy that doesn't need to be inside your system and allow that energy to flow in and out of your system and smoothly. Okay, how about now?
Oh, it's sort of kind of taking my breath away a bit. The quivering's kind of now moved down to my chest area. Okay, so hear it, my jaw again. It's like, whoa.
So it's moving slowly. So let's make it strong. So move all the way. Make it strong. So it moves fast all the way down to your feet and down out to the bottom of the feet. Okay, how about now?
That feels a little bit calmer, but my jaw has gone crazy. This is just bizarre.
So I'm going to strengthen you for reverse perception. Okay, how about now?
Still quite quivery.
Okay, so I'm going to strengthen you to spiritual numbness. And the next thing I'm going to strengthen you for is the cranial cavity, the energy inside, outside, top to bottom, and the energy inside there. Make you strong to that. And then I'm going to strengthen you for any inflammation that you have in your system. And also mental inflammation. I'm going to strengthen you for that and delete all of that out of you. How about now?
That kind of feels like it's lifted away, but my jaw's starting up again. But it does each time I feel a shift, a definite shift.
Okay, so what I'm going to suggest is stay on the call and then see how it goes, how it shifts after the call. But back to the original question, how do you feel about your finances? Is it the same?
It's different, definitely. Okay. Definitely, yeah. I'm not sure about that. I still feel like, the kind of you, not me, sort of feeling, no, it's not possible for me kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And before, how did it feel before? Did it feel less possible or more possible?
Less possible. It's kind of, it's probably flipped from a bit of excitement rather than terror, if that makes sense.
So now it's more terrifying, right?
No, before it was terrifying, now it's more of a kind of excitement. I can hardly talk.
All right, so it went from terrifying to more excitement, so that's a good shift, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thank you so much, Oily.
Thank you.
Fantastic. That is really cool stuff. All right, so we have another caller, area code 398. You're live with Heim.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, I was online with you before, but you couldn't hear me.
Okay.
Welcome back.
I am on the phone.
Okay, so how did you feel a shift from before to now?
I felt, physically it was quite good because I've been through a lot of physical skin problems the past nine days. So it's like an allergy to mosquito bites. And so when you strengthened me, I think it really was needed, and it was fire. So the water was, you were probably right, was weak or something. Now I feel much better about the idea of the fluidity as well. But I feel perhaps more on the emotional side. I feel lost. I don't know how to start because I sort of stopped my activity and I want to relaunch it, and I don't really know how. And so I cannot imagine I could make peace with that and be able to make money again.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to strengthen your intuition and make that strong for you. And then so this way also make you strong to having the right answer and taking the right action. So action, there's still a little bit of weakness in action. And that is coming from cooking. So anytime you take an action in cooking, that makes you weak. So I'm going to strengthen you to cooking.
Cooking, really?
Yeah. So now when you think about the emotional feeling about what you should do next, how does that feel? Is it the same or different?
I don't feel lost anymore. No, I feel more peaceful. It doesn't matter if I don't know yet.
There you go. Because when you use intuition, you don't know until it's there.
Great. Yeah. Can I just ask you a question about is it strong enough between my father and I, because there was a lot of problem around money and support and inheritance?
Well, right now it's not showing a weakness, so I wouldn't even bother. There's nothing showing up a weakness or what you want to do.
That's good. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling back in.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. There's a 916 area code. You're live with Heim.
Hi, Heim. I have a question for a friend. He's recently been divorced and is worried about having enough money to see his kids. Could you do anything for him?
Okay, so can you first let me strengthen you to be a surrogate for him. So there's some karma between you and him, so make you strong to that. Okay. So now when you think about him right now, can you sense think about him and then think about that challenge and tell me how that feels. Can you sense how that feels?
I'm not getting anything with it.
So it feels neutral?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Maybe the karma thing cleared it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Anyone else want to jump in? While we're waiting, there's something I want to ask.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sometimes I notice I feel a little overwhelmed with getting things done. It's like I got to do one thing, but I got to do those.
Do you think about it right now?
Yes.
Okay. Sense how that feels?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to strengthen you from mistaken identity, and more specifically, it's emotions. I'm going to make you strong to emotions, and the next one is sensation. So what's happening is whenever you have a sensation or emotion, it triggers both of them at the same time. So I'm going to strengthen you to both of them, and I'm also going to make you strong for them to separate. But to separate, there is a weakness for them separating, and that is coming more specifically. Let's see, that's coming from your circulatory system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to your circulatory system, so it doesn't affect your reaction, your sensation. Okay, how do you feel now when you think about it? Is it the same or different?
It's different. I noticed something showing up, some slight discomfort, like right by my throat, a little lower, like right by the collarbone area. Okay. Nothing significant. It's kind of subtle.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen your coccyx, the heels of your feet, and the top of your head. How about now?
I still sense it. It's somewhat, yeah.
So it's not coming from you. It's coming from the collar. So I'm going to strengthen you to the collar. Okay, how about now?
Ooh, I feel different. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, wait. Oh, someone else jumped in again. Okay, so 916 area code, you are back on with Heim.
Hello?
Hi, and I'm sorry for asking so many questions, but no one's stepping up, so I might as well.
Exactly. Take advantage of it.
I'm creating a...
Go ahead. Go ahead. You're creating? Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I'm creating a website, and a friend of mine has promised to help me out, but he has some responsibilities and some problems with alcohol that are getting in the way of him doing what he promised. Is there something we can strengthen him to so he can keep his word?
Well, what I'm going to do is I can strengthen you.
Okay.
Just because I personally, some other people do that. I personally don't strengthen other people unless it has to do with a family member or someone else. But what I can do is strengthen you to get your website done. So what you have specifically is a weakness to your website. So other people's websites, there's no problem, but it's your website, there is a weakness. So I'm going to strengthen you to that, and that has to do with being weak to connecting to people on another level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to connecting to people on another level, and then connecting back to you, and then also connecting to people in any parallel universes, and then make you strong back and forth. So now, when you think about getting your website up, how does that feel now?
It seems like less of a burden.
Less of a burden. So when you have so many people connecting to you from other dimensions, it puts a lot of strain on you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to that, and also strengthen your wormhole inside you, make you strong to the wormhole so things can go in and go right out. Okay, how about now? How do you feel?
Very, very good. Because the laughter comes up, so I know something happened.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Okay. Looks like we have an empty queue.
Also, people can jump in and if they have experienced improvement while just listening without me assisting them one-on-one, they can also let us know how that worked out for them. So if they don't have a question, they just want to comment on how they felt from the beginning when I asked people to think of a thing that they have a challenge with, and see how that shifts, so they can also mention that. Let us know how that went.
Ooh, okay, so we have someone from 863 area code. You are live with Heim.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello. My problem is that I live with family, and this doesn't sound like a problem, but it's very comfortable with I'm going to have to leave eventually, and I don't have enough money to leave this place.
Okay. So can you think about so your weakness to making money is the weakness. So when you think about making money, how does that feel to you?
It's like possible, but like a lot of hard work.
So what it's doing is it's triggering past experience of being a slave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you for that. The next thing is that money is weakening you, so I'm going to strengthen that, and that's actually coming from the collective of religion around money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to that too. So now when you think about making money, how does it feel to you now?
I feel closer, like more possible.
Possible.
So that's
so
good.
When things are less possible in your life, you have a weakness. So I'm going to strengthen you to that. Okay, how about now? How does it feel now?
It is better.
Better? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we have another caller from 248 area code. You're live with Heim.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello, this is Sheree again.
How you doing?
Good.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know that I did feel my heart rate really drop. The only thing I do feel now is a little bit of heaviness, and I'm not sure if that's just from listening to everything or if it's just...
So you have a weakness with some of the callers on the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strengthen you to that and picking up other people's stuff. So I'm going to make you strong to that and strengthen your midline and your central core, and also strengthen the black holes in your system, and also make you strong to anti-energy. Okay, how about that? Anti-gravity stuff. How do you feel now?
I feel actually a lot better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Man, I love how quickly this can work, Amazing. Actually, I just thought of something. During one of the other callers, I noticed a lot of people have tendency to be afraid of having money. Like it's not safe to have money, or if I have money, people are going to resent me, or they're going to be jealous of me, something like that.
For the people on the call, that's not the issue. For the people on the call, more of the issue is more the new thing, getting new money, moving to new horizons. That's more of a weakness for them. So even if they say those things, that it's what you just said in their mind, but that's not the weakness. So what I'm going to do is strengthen them to anything new. Money, new horizons, new adventures. Getting lost in adventures is another weakness. I'll make them strong for that. Okay, so how do you feel now when you think about that question?
How do I feel? Interesting. I feel something in my guts. It's very, very faint.
So I'm going to make
like a little pressure,
Make you strong to other people's gut feeling. And when you get suggestions from, if it's not in line with your gut feeling, so I'm going to make you strong so it's even to each other. How about now?
Just feeling better. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So would anyone else like to jump in? This is the last call. So this is your opportunity to work with Heim. Looks like no one else wants to jump in. You've probably done such a good job that everyone's like, oh, thank you. This is awesome. Would anyone like to jump in and share a comment or anything? Is anyone there? Ooh, all right. So we have 916 area code. You're live with Heim again.
I just wanted to leave a comment. Not only did I feel some shifts working on my own issues, but I actually felt some when you were addressing some of the other callers. So I was resonating with some of their issues as well. So I'm very thankful. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for sharing. And Oli, you are live with Heim.
Truly. I was going to jump in because nobody else seemed to be saying anything. So I just wanted to say a big thank you. When I came off from asking the question, I was shaking and I had quite a few shakes. It was almost like lots of stuff was releasing. And now I feel really calm and really centered and quite different. So thank you very, very much.
Well, thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, that is fantastic. So, Heim, thank you for facilitating. This is some amazing stuff. It's just amazing how you're working with people and less than a minute, things change, Or, sometimes it takes a little longer, but for the most part, things are changing so rapidly. So thank you all to the listeners. It looks like Brittney is back. Brittney, you're live on the call with Heim again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can hear you. How do you feel now?
I feel better.
I just wanted to add is that there's a weakness to feeling. So they're feeling and perception and intuition. They're all you have weakness to all three of them. So what we don't want to do is make you strong to your feeling and make you strong to feeling it without associating with anything else. Making you strong to your perception, and so we'll also make that strong for you. So when you think about something, think about something in your past that you didn't like. How do you feel?
I got it.
Huh?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
I feel I have a resentment about it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so that's more coming with a weakness to awareness. So I'm going to make you strong to awareness.
I feel sick in my stomach about it.
Okay, so that was my next thing. So what is this? Okay. It's connecting to your feeling. So what awareness is triggering your feeling. So what I'm going to do is strengthen you for emotion reaction, strong to that, and then the next one is going to be emotion. So now what we're going to do is separate your sensations, emotions, and reaction. So this way, what happens is you're having like a confusion of what it is that you're feeling. So it's like a mistake, like you're feeling one thing, but it's actually something else. So we'll strengthen you for that. And then the next thing is what I'm going to do is strengthening you to misinformation, and more specifically coming from your ancestors, and also making you strong to not having any perception. So this way, don't misinterpret things. Okay, so now when you think about the thing in the past, how does it feel, the same or different?
Every time I think about it, I get this sick in my stomach feeling.
Everything. So when you connect to the past, you're fine, but what it does is it triggers connecting to the future. So what we'll do is make you strong to connecting to your future and make you neutral to past and future. So there's still a little bit of weakness in your future. That's actually coming from your liver. So what I'm doing is I'm going to strengthen your liver and make it strong to integrating with the rest of your body, from your structure all the way down to your quantum particles. And also I'm going to strengthen your exit portals in your body, and more specifically in your feet. So let the energy going down is weak, going up is good, but going back down is a weakness. So I'm going to move strengthening to that. Up, down, inside, outside, top, bottom, left, right. Okay, so now how do you feel now?
I feel lighter. I'm smiling.
So much.
Thank you.
Okay, so sorry.
I just want to say thank you to all the listeners for participating and being a part of this call, because you made this very special for us, because it's not just me and Heim and the individual caller. All of you who are involved are actively helping each other. And so we are grateful for your participation.
And I'd like to thank everybody for stepping up and getting on the call and asking for assistance. As you improve, your family also improves just by being in their environment. So actually you're also helping your friends and your family around you by improving yourself. So thank you.
And Heim, thank you for being with us. It was a pleasure having you with us.
Okay, well, thank you for having me on your show.
Have a wonderful evening, everyone.